respected dignitaries present over here, and my dear students, UG as well as PG students. After such a brainstorming lecture by Dr. K. Dinesh sir, I am given a big, I can say, task of delivering a lecture on treatment modalities. But thank you, sir. You have enlightened the Dosha Dushya Sammurchana in a very fantastic way that my part is now a little bit very easy regarding the treatment modalities, explaining treatment modalities. As we all know, Chikitsa. What do you mean by Chikitsa? What do you mean by Chikitsa? Students? The simple way, Nidana Parivarjana to Chikitsa, right? Again, some another definition of Chikitsa. Dosha Dushya Sammurchana Vightanameva Chikitsa, right? So, when we look at the neuromotor disorders and its causes, what we think about it, Nidan Parivarjan, whether it is possible. That said, if we set a frame and do accordingly, we are not going to be more successful. If we think in another way, in a very creative way, and new studies, if we go through it and apply those concepts and the new therapies or new modalities done by the various chikitsaks, so we can be more successful in treating these type of neuromotor disorders. As since morning we are discussing about the various neuromotor disorders, what is the etiology, what are the treatment modalities, what should be the approach for getting the disease diagnosed, various techniques we had seen since morning, live demonstration you have got from Dr. Uttage. So I think the students sitting in the hall, now they will not make mistake in diagnosing the CP patient or the neuromuscular skeletal disorder henceforth, or at least they will be able to understand what is the neuromotor disorder. Up till now, what we understood, neuromotor disease is nothing but a Vata Vyadhi. It may be Kevalavadik Vyadhi or it may be Kapha Vataj Vyadhi. This much is okay. इतना आप सब लोगों को समझ में आया है अभी तक कि when we are talking about the neuromotor disorders, we can say it is neurological disorder. They are Vata Vyadhi and are considered as major critical diseases in Ayurveda because of their severity and cured by rigorous Panchakarma and palliative medicines by skilled physician. So, our herbal medicines or Ayurveda can definitely be more effective, or when we are treating neuromotor disorders, herbal medicines are the hope of getting it cured, I can say. Then comprehensive Ayurveda medicine by its holistic approach of Panchakarma, palliative medicine, disease-specific rasayana, immunomodulators, dietary recommendation, lifestyle recommendations and yoga therapy can provide definite and long-lasting results. Are you agreeing with this? Because our Shastra itself had told us about Dinacharya and Ritucharya. And just in the last lectures we had learned that by doing regular work, you are tuning yourself, you are tuning your genes. You are tuning your genes and automatically you are getting away from the diseases. That is what Ayurveda says. By performing regular task on regular time, you are getting, means prevention of diseases can be done by following regular Dinacharya and Ritucharya. Nowadays yoga is on the large scale. We are performing various neuromotor disorders and effect of yoga on that. Then Panchakarma therapy not only eliminates the disease causing toxins but also revitalizes the tissues and has a full therapy role as promotive, preventive and curative modality. As we had seen, next, Panchakarma therapy, as we all know, it is a Shodhan therapy and we should go for that. But before going for a Shodhana Chikitsa, you should better go for the Shamana Chikitsa. If you are not getting results with the Shamana therapy, you go for the Shodhana therapy. Because children are delicate one and Shodhana should not be given to Vruddha Balaka, Garbhini, Bhiru. So, we should trust our acharyas and give the latter choice for the Shodhana therapy. As we have seen, neuromotor disorders according to lesions include neuronopathies, disorders of anterior horn cells, neuropathies, disorders of axon and its myelin, neuromuscular junction disorders and myopathies, next disorders of muscle and diseases of anterior horn cells, that is motor neuron diseases, diseases involving motor and sensory nerves, that is peripheral neuropathies, disorders of neuromuscular functions, that is myasthenia gravis and related diseases. Sir have shown, Utage sir had shown myasthenia gravis patients video. Diseases of the muscles, various myopathies and muscular dystrophy and inflammatory myopathies we come across these types of patients under the neuromotor disorders. Next. As earlier discussed by the Utage sir, medicines, limitations of the modern medicines are, they are giving antispasmodic, anticonvulsive, tranquilizers, antibiotics and levodopa-like medicines for excessive salivation. They are giving trihexyphenidyl for tone management for dystonia patients. Then they are giving baclofen, agonist gamma-amino butyric acid orally, which doesn't cross the blood-brain barrier. It reduces muscle tone and spasticity generally, but its side effects are drowsiness. We all know, again, the another drug, dandrolene, which is acting on the muscle, it is an analgesic medicine. It is curing pain and associated with musculoskeletal problems, but its adverse reactions are, it produces weakness in spasticity and rarely used in cerebral palsy. The next, botulinum toxin. We all know it is a toxic, highly toxic, neurotoxic substance. We are giving injections of botulinum toxin into the spastic muscle near the motor end point. It gives, you might have heard about the botulism, disease botulism, in which paraplegia is occurring there. The muscles goes into the paralysis and the injection is given into the motor end, near the motor end of the spastic muscle, so that muscle gets relaxed, paralyzed, and the patient is given rigorous physiotherapy after giving that injection. What happens? The physiotherapy giving person gets the muscle relaxed, but its effect lasts for a maximum 3 months. Then the patient has to go for the second cycle of the therapy, and it is highly neurotoxic, so it is not at all recommended. It is for a longer period begin some neurotoxic effect. So these are the limitations. Next. The last one is surgical treatment, which is the answer of modern people. Tenotomy, orthopedic surgery, posterior rhizotomy or stereotoic surgery. For surgery, our patient is again, he will have to get the fitness and go for the surgical process, and it will definitely be not, means the patient should be fit for anesthesia, everything, means being a sukumaratva nature of a child, surgery is not advocable, it is the last choice. If the patient is not getting results with this type of treatment, then the patient goes for the orthopedic opinion and the surgeries. Next. We all are alert about this because in your college there is a good setup of physiotherapy. We use static cycle, treadmill, quadriceps table, shoulder wheel, hand exercise, medicinal ball, Swiss ball, abduction ladder, parallel bar, tilt table, crutches, trampoline and balancing board. Physiotherapy is really helping these spastic children. As we had said, seen in the lecture of Utage sir, they have shown us some videos before treatment, after treatment, and their patient has got fantastic results with the physiotherapy alone. But continuous monitoring was there. The patient was giving feedback to the sir, and sir is advising along with medicine certain physiotherapies, and patient has got the results. So we can advise along with our Shamana Chikitsa physiotherapy to our patient, which should be a rigorous one. Alternative therapies to treat neuromotor disorders. Nowadays we are seeing that acupressure people, the experts of acupressure people, we can correlate them with Marma Chikitsa told by our acharyas. Then acupuncture therapists, they are working on these neuromotor disorders. Vedana Chikitsa, we can correlate with this. Physiotherapy, we can say Vyayama, Ayasajanaka Karma. Occupational therapy, yoga. In our institute, we are referring the patients to yoga department, that is Swastartha department, and they are asking our patient to perform some backward bending asanas among them, which are very easy, but it should be performed under the supervision of a specialist, because the spastic children, they cannot perform by themselves. So one should be alert while performing these asanas from those spastic children. So under supervision, under total care, these asanas should be performed. Among them Bhadrasana, Utthana Padasana, Shalabhasana, Bhujangasana, Utthita Makarasana, Ardha Chakrasana, and Setu Bandhasana. We are practicing it on daily basis in our hospital, and patients are getting results because we are not having physiotherapy setup at our hospital. So we have to get it done by another way. So we are performing yoga, that is asanas, under the full supervision. Then speech therapy, psychological consultation. Of course, the patients, parents are very panic when they are getting treatment to us. You might have gone through these conditions. They are asking many times whether my patient will walk, whether my patient will speak, whether my patient will be all right like other, whether he will understand. No, so many questions are there. So for that, Manas Chikitsa is required, and for that we are recommending Omkar chanting or some mantras for the children for just a psychological effect. I don't know that if that is having any scientific base or not, but I ask my patients to do some Sattva Vajra Chikitsa for the same. Then educational intervention, if the child is differentially able and if he is in need of any kind of special education, we recommend the special educational or tutors for the child and get it done. Social workers, of course, there is a need of social worker. Next. Please, there are few case studies I have brought, but we will perform go through these clinical cases at the end because the time is running out. Still 2 more lectures to go. So please, next. Few videos are there. We will run if time permits. 1 minute. Ayurvedic last. Ayurvedic treatment. Treatment of the disease consists of 2 main therapeutic measures, that is Shamana Chikitsa and Shodhana Chikitsa. As we have discussed earlier, Chikitsa is to perform. यहाँ पर हमें क्या करना है? दोष धातु सम्मर्छना विघटनमेव चिकित्सा. निदान परिवर्जन तो चिकित्सा, but दोष धातु सम्मर्छना. After the total history known by us, when we ask history to the patient tells us many more things. We have to correlate them, how the dosha dusha samurchana has been there, and then we have to get it vigatanameva. So in that fashion, we have to think about it, and for every patient, there will be some different choices of drugs, some different, but our protocol should be one. We should follow our Chikitsa Siddhanta. The protocol should be single one, getting the disease, whether it is Vata, Kevala Vata Vyadhi or Vata Kapha Vritta Vyadhi. Then we have to decide a single protocol and perform according to the dosha dushya samurchana which is happened in that patient particularly. Shamana Chikitsa and Shodhana Chikitsa next. Shodhana Chikitsa, as we all know, some effective panchakarma in neuromotor disorders, Sarvanga Abhyanga, Sarvanga Svedana, Nadi Svedana, Annalepana, Pinda Sweda, Nasya, Pratimarshanasya we perform, Basti, Karma Basti, Shirodhara or Shiropichu. These type of treatments we are performing in the Shodhana Karma. Sarvanga Abhyanga, as said earlier by earlier speaker, that Abhyanga we have to change the oil. Whether it is giving Snigdha effect or Ruksha effect, we can change. I have enlisted the name of oils at the last. Next. Sarvanga Abhyanga, we have demonstrated in the morning how to perform Abhyanga. So for Navjat Balaka or LBW, Balatela is used, Kshira Balatela is used. And for emaciated child, we use Mahamansha Tela. Then for Vatavyadhi, Mahamansha Tela, Mahanarayan Tela. Along with, if the patient is having more spasticity, we use Prasarani Tela. Then Kshirabala Tela and Lakshadi Tela in case of rickety child. Sthaulya, if the patient is floppy, Bruhat Sendavadi Tela and Triphala Tela are preferred. Or sometimes we use Sahachara Tela also. Amavata, Vishagarbha or Mahanarayana Tela is used. But in Amavata, mostly what I prefer, Dhanyamla Dhara. What sir had said in earlier lecture. In Amavata cases, we give by Guduchik Vatha Abhyanga or by Dhanyamla Dhara we perform at the joint which is involved in the disease. And it is done for the 45 minutes in 2/7 positions if patient allows us. 7 positions are recommended or they are told by you, told to you in the early morning session, but always it is not possible. How many positions, if possible, patient is allowing you, you can perform it. Then Pinda Svedana and Annalepana. Why I had done Pinda Svedana oblique Annalepana? Because Pinda Svedana is a hectic job, I think, for doing it in a pediatric patient because they are not static, they are not cooperating. And when we are performing Pinda Sweda, certain pressure is applied. As in the earlier morning session, they have recommended 300 gram or 100 gram. It is giving some kind of pressure over here, over the muscles. But the rice inside that potally should come out of that. Up till that period, we have to perform Pinda Svedana, and our child doesn't remain in that same position. They are not allowing us to perform that Pinda Sweda up to that level. So the mean method we adopted is of Annalepana, and it is very practical approach when I thought about the Annalepana. So because that cooked rice took, means Shashtishali rice take some 4 pieces for in a cooker to get cooked. So it takes more time for cooking, and practically if anybody has told you have to perform this activity daily for 15 days, so patient will be not able to perform it on regular basis. So if we crush that Shashtishali chawal, that payasam will be prepared within 5 minutes. And what I do, Ashwagandha and Bala churna, fine churna we add into the rice and get it cooked into the milk itself. And that consistency of payasa is used for the Annalepana, and it is kept lukewarm while performing it. So what happens when we are applying that Annalepana, in some patients when there is hypotonicity, we add Udad dal, mash. Then Godhuma in some kind of means dystrophy, muscular dystrophy patients, there is hypotonia. We add Godhuma to that Shashtishali also. And the one more, my favorite drug is Guduchi. So in अस्थि मज्जागत विकृति जहाँ हमें मुझे मिलती है वहाँ पर I use Guduchi churna in that Annalepana, and that Annalepana is done for 30 minutes in those 7 positions in which we perform Snehana Abhyanga, and it is allowed to dry by itself, Annalepana, so that it gets absorbed from the skin totally and the effect occurs on the muscles to get it toned. Sometimes in spastic children when we perform Annalepana, on the spastic joint, we perform Pattabandhana. After application of Annalepana, we apply Pattabandhana and remain the patient's contracture, जिस जॉइंट में कॉन्ट्रैक्चर है वहाँ पर हम पट्टा बंधन करके उसको लेंथनिंग स्ट्रेचिंग करने की कोशिश करते हैं. फॉर 2 hours 3 hours the patta bandhana will work, and after that patient feels that the movement has been increased, and after getting it washed out we perform certain muscle relaxing exercise. We ask patients to perform those exercises after opening the patta bandhana. Nadi Svedana, as an Purva Karma, rheumatological problems, neuromuscular disorders, dyspnea, डिस्निक कंडीशंस में नाड़ी स्वेदन किया जाता है. पिंड स्वेदना सेफ ब्रूहनीय चिल्ड्रन वातशामक. नाड़ी स्वेदना दैट इज performed in hemiplegia and in elder patients, because small children they won't allow for nadi svedana for a longer period. Hardly 2 to 5 minutes they allow us to get nadi svedana. So though here it is written 10 to 20 minutes or till adequate perspiration, it is applied to the elder patients only. Then Shirodhara. We all know Shirodhara has got fantastic results in this type of neuromotor disorders because it is a simple therapy. We had seen a demonstration of that in which medicated oil, takra, milk, decoction of various various medicinal churnas, etc. are poured on the forehead from specific distance for specific period in rhythmic and continuous way. You had seen we are performing Shirodhara on Sthapani Marma, temporal and parietal lobes, continuously moving the Tailadhara or Kvathadhara or Takradhara over the forehead, parietal and temporal lobes. As per Ayurveda, Shirasyak is one of the Murda Taila type and it is non-invasive external therapy given in many central nervous system disorders and psychosomatic disorders. As we all know, Shirodhara रोगाधिकार क्या है? निद्रा है ना. निद्रा अच्छे से आती है, इसका मतलब क्या है कि डेफिनेटली ब्रेन को वो रिलैक्स रखती है. तो शिरोधारा अगर ब्रेन की तरफ सर्कुलेशन बढ़ाता है, इसका मतलब न्यूरोमोटर डिसऑर्डर्स में हमको जो इफेक्ट चाहिए कि इट इज़ इंडिकेटेड इन सेरिब्रल पाल्सी, ADHD, delayed development, convulsions, Shirogata rogas, anidra, graying of hairs and enuresis. Next, various telas used in Shirodhara: Brahmi tela, Dhanvantara tela, Tila tela, Jatamansi Kvath, then Takradhara, Bringaraj tela, Badam tela, Jyotishmati tela, and milk which is made with some Siddha milk. Duration 30 to 90 minutes. In our hospital, we start with 30 minutes Shirodhara, increase it by 5 minutes. Up till 90 minutes, we increase the timing and then taper it down up to 30 minutes. So a total duration of one Shirodhara cycle is of 21 days. Mode of action, absorption. Shirodhara works on the law of energy of conservation. Potential energy is converted to kinetic energy. It modulates the secretion of various neurotransmitters and hormones by adjusting the intensities of electromagnetic waves of brain. It stimulates Sthapani, Simanta, Shankha, etc. Shirogat Marmas. Shiropichu, again the same thing, but here we are giving a medicated pichu over the head, and especially the lesion where it is we have to keep by MRI findings we decide. In cerebral palsy, autism, ADHD, in Ardit, that is facial palsy, caput succedaneum and cephalohematoma, we perform Shiropichu. Tailas used for them are same as Shirodhara Taila, and amount of oil 20 ml soaked in cotton or gauze piece, duration 20 to 40 minutes, and we change Pichu or for maintaining the temperature of the Pichu. Nasya, as all we know, Nasahi Shiroso Dwaram. So being Shirastha dosha, we have to perform Nasya in cerebral palsy, cerebral atrophy, hemiplegia, periventricular leukomalacia, convulsions, hair fall, graying of hairs. Nasya is supposed to be a base treatment. Below 4 years, we are performing Pratimarsha Nasya of 1 drop each. in 4 to 8 years, Pratimarshanasya 2 drops, and above 8 years, Marshanasya for 4, 6, 8 drops. In our practice, we are performing Shodhananasya with Vacha Tela, not Pradhamanasya, because I think Pradhamanasya is little bit a difficult task to perform, and the children are not cooperating. So I perform with Vacha Siddha Tailam, Shodhananasya, and until the Shodhananasya's lakshanas develop, means Kshavatu or irritability, like that, we perform on daily basis up to 7 days Vachatela if patient allows. And as sir said, ki Kaphavruttavad is when Kaphavruttavad is there for a convulsive or Akshepa patient having neuromotor disorder because of Akshepa, in those cases Vachatela Nasya is giving us very fantastic results. Tailas used for Nasya, Panchendriya Vardhan Tail as a Bruhan Nasya in cerebral palsy, neuromotor disorders, Maskishka and Indriya Karna, Prerana Hetu. We are using Panchendriya Vardhan Tail. Anu Tela as a Shodhan Nasya can be given in starting days for Stroto Vishodhana, Vacha Tela in convulsive disorders. In some diseases, if patient is complaining about the convulsions in sleep pattern also, if EEG is reporting that patient is having convulsions in sleep mode also, so in those cases we perform with Brahmigrita. Facial palsy in Ardita, we perform Brahmigrita Nasya. Shadabindu Tela in sinusitis like diseases, Gogruta Nasya, Kshirabala Tela Nasya, Vacha Tela in convulsions, and Shatavari Tela as a Bruhan Nasya in cerebral palsy or cerebral atrophy. Basti Chikitsa, as we all know, it is Ardha Chikitsa of Vata, and as the diseases of neuromotor are Vata Roga, so Basti Chikitsa does supreme action, especially in motor disabilities. Anuvasana Basti, along with Niruha Basti, on alternative day in Yoga Kala and Karma Basti, we are performing forms of Anuvasan Basti, Tila Tela, Sahachar Tela, Kshirabala Tela, Mamsarasa Basti, Mahasneha Basti, and Majja Basti are given as a Anuvasan Basti. Next. Followed by Anuvasan Basti, we are giving Niruha Basti on alternate day basis. Selection of Basti as per the indications: Mustadiyapan, Rajyapan Basti, Uttam Balakarak, good action in neuromuscular disorders, cerebral palsy, hemiplegia, ADHD, autism, etc. Vatankur Siddha Basti, involuntary movements, and Manjishtha Dikshara Basti in Pakshaghat or Kaphavruttavad, Tiktakshira Basti in Asthimacchagat Vikruti, Majja Basti in neurodegenerative disorders, cerebellar atrophy or cerebral atrophy, then Mansapachak Basti in musculoskeletal disorders, and Asthi Majja Pachak Basti in neuromuscular diseases. On regular basis, we are performing these types of Basti. Then Shamana Chikitsa, as we all know, in Ayurvedic text, neuromuscular disorders in children, Little's disease, it is called as, cerebral palsy is called as Little's disease. So these diseases are nothing but, I say, as per Kashyapa, they are Fakka Vyadhis. The child who doesn't walk by the age of 1 year is supposed to suffer from Fakka Vyadhi. And what Fakka Vyadhi Chikitsa Siddhanta says? Deepana Pachana Chikitsa, Abhyantara Snehapana, followed by a Trivrut Kshira Shodhana, followed by Bruhana Chikitsa and physiotherapy. So on that same basis, I perform the treatment of each and every neuromotor disorder patient. The fundamentals I go with the Fakka Chikitsa. For that, Deepana Pachana Chikitsa, what I use, Trikatu, Sitopaladi, Talisadi Churna, sometimes Panchakola Churna, sometimes Hingvashtak Churna, Chitrakadi Vati. Because we all know some patients come to us with running nose, some patient comes to us with URTI complaints, repeatedly having episodes of Kapha Vyadhi, or some patients are coming with the history of Jwara before the onset of disease. So according to the dosha dushya sammurchana, we are using simple Dipanpachana drugs. For the children, we have to use the drugs which are mrudu, snigdha, palatable. So sitopaladi, talisadi, these are the simple drugs which are helpful as a Dipanpachana and which are दोषा दुष्य सम्मूर्छना. जो कफावृत्त वात है तो उसको कफ का आवरण भी वो दूर करता है. सो like that we can have a better effect of Dipanpachana with these simple drugs. Sometimes we need Hingvashtak Churna if the Apana Vayu karma is hampered. If we see that in the history patient tells us about the Apana Vayu Vikruti Lakshanas, then we give Hingvashtak Churna or Panchakola, so like that. And Chitrakadi Vatti I least prefer because it is Ushna Tikshna. It is good, but if the patient is having asthma like lakshanas, means bronchial asthma or repeatedly episodes of cough and cold, in those cases if lakshanas are like bronchial asthma, then I give Chitrakadi Vatti. Diet, again this diet is recommended by Kashyapa for the Fakka patient. Sanskarit, Dugdhavit, Shalianna, Rasna, Yashti, Amruta, Siddhagrita, Taila, Dugdha, Yush and Mansarasa. Whatever you are giving to your patient, it should be made Siddha with Rasna, Yashti, Amruta and then given to a child suffering from a neuromotor disorder. Kapha, Pradhanya Vyadhi, Dugdha and Gomutra. If the pathology is with avran of kapha, then you can add Gomutra for such patients and Ushnambupana. As sir said, ki Ushna Chikitsa is fixed. If it is Vata Vyadhi or it is Kapha Vyadhi, Ushna Chikitsa is fixed. So I ask my patients to drink always Ushnambu while going through the Panchakarma treatment or the whole medication Shamana Chikitsa. Grita, we all know it is Madhura, Guna Snigdha, Mridu, then Virya Shita, Vipaka Madhura, Doshagnata, Vata Pitta, and Karmar, Deepana, Vayasthapana, Vrisha, Medhya, Chakshusha, Vrisha, Medha, Lavanya, Kanti, Oja, and Teja, Vriddhikara, Param, Rakshogana, Vayasthapakam, Balya, Rasayana, and Rochana. So, see all the functions of Gruta, and all these karmas are hampered in case of neuromotor disorders. So, Gruta in any ways going to help the neuromotor patient in increasing his Balavarna, Oja, Kanti, etc. Next. Specially used Gruta, Samvardhana Grita in locomotor disorders, speech problems, GDD, PEM, improve strength of limbs for neuromotor muscular developmental integration. Then Abhaya Gritam to prevent infections in Graharoga, Unmada, Apasmara to prevent infections of Grahas. Brahmi Grita, Panchagavya Grita with Vacha for improving IQ. Panchagavya Grita in convulsive disorders, that is Apasmarjanya delayed milestones. Then Kumara Kalyana Grita in cerebral palsy, convulsions, again it improves IQ and it is used in Graharoga. Ashwagandha Grita, Balya, Maunsa Dhatu Pushtikara. So in emaciated child we use Ashwagandha Grita for the Brihana Karma. Saraswata Grita for improving speech, neuromotor disorders, developmental disorders and convulsions. Mahapaishachik Gruta in convulsions and some patients with delayed milestones along with Unmada like Lakshana. ADHD we can little bit compare with Unmada. So in such type of cases we use Mahapaishachak Gruta and got fantastic results. Vachadi Grita in speech problem. Generally we do Snehana with these Grita for the purpose of internal anactousness. If the patient has to be given, after Dipanpachana, patient has to be given Sneha Dravya internally, and for that purpose, we are using these drugs according to the etiology of the disease. Mode of action: Agnidipana and subdues Vata and Pitta. It improves Smriti, Medha, Buddhi, Varna, Swara, Saukumaryata and Ojas in the body. It strengthens sensory organs and softens the body. Vrusha, Jivaniya, Medhya and promoter of long life. It eliminates toxic substances from the body. It is based of the Anakta substance and is Yoga Vahi. According to Vagbhata, Grita is based Rasayan effects. So it is advised. Oral medications. Again, there is a list of oral medication. We have to choose which one is best for our patient. Like, so Chaturbhuja Rasa in quadriplegia, convulsions. Ekangavir Rasa or Yogandra Rasa in hemiplegia, Apasmara. Smriti Sagar Ras, Sangeshwar Pishti, Chandrabhairav Ras in convulsion, and Tapyadi Loho, Tantupashanvati in Apasmarjanya delayed milestones. Vatankuri Rasa, embolism, neurodisorders. Then Visha Tindukavati in spasticity. Vacha Akkalkara Churna for speech stimulation locally, along with Vani Samvardak Yoga mentioned in Vagbhata. Vacha Akkalkara, Tankan, Kapur Kachora and Khadir is given in the patients having drooling of saliva, excessive drooling of saliva. Swarna Basma is given in ADHD, CP and neuromotor disorders. Brihatavad Chintamani is given in hemorrhagic neuromotor disorders or extensively spastic children. We are using it. Abhrag Basma, psychological disorders, neurological disorders, and improve Kshina Buddhi, improves Indriya Shakti, Unmad Apasmar, Smruti, Nash and Buddhi, Vibhrama. In Guneshastri, it is mentioned that in delayed milestones and mental retardation, Abhrag Basma is working very well. Then Jaimangal Ras, if the patient is having post-viral or post-febrile illness history or the neuromotor disorders occurring after the febrile illness, then we use Jaimangal Ras as a Jwaragna Abhyantar Jwara Nashak. Then immunity booster decreases recurrent illness in neurological impaired children. Whenever we get such type of history, the patient is having febrile illness. Up till that patient was normal, but after getting a viral fever or some febrile illness, he is spastic or having delayed milestones or some motor functions are impaired. In those cases, we treat those patients with first of all Tikta Rasa, because Tikta Rasa, as we all know, working on the Jwara. So Abhyantar Jwara Nashak Dravya should be given initially to get good results. Then next. Rasaushadhi, we had gone through it. Next. Decoctions we are using. Maharasna Dikwath, then Dashamula Dikwath, Saraswatarishtha, we all know. Next. Some churnas we are using for the patients. For DMD patients and some Asthi Majja Pachak churna, we have maintained a formula, and we are using in DMD patients on regular basis in the form of Abhyantar Pan or in for giving Niruha Basti. Next. Conclusion. Prevention as well as treatment of the disease of child are the area of the subject. Rutukshetra Ambu Bija, Dauruda Avamana. These are the causative factors. Garbhopaghatakar bhavas, Garbhavruddhikara bhava and improper Garbhini Paricharya are the causative factors and may have undesirable effect on the fetus. Just Utagi sir had, madam has delivered lecture on early intervention. So for these causes, early intervention is very essential, and as per Kashyapa, Jatakarma Sanskar is done in the Jatakarma Sanskar is done after in the just born baby. As per our text, it should be done within few minutes, and in Jatakarma Sanskara, Suvarna Basma is given along with Madhu and Grita, and it is, I can say, it is early intervention only, and it is what Medhya drugs, Medhya Sankalpana of means Suvarna Prashan is doing. It is Medhya, it is increasing Medhagni Balavardhanam. So Suvarna Prashan is doing nothing but it is Varnyam, Graham, Vrushyam, Grahapaham. It is, if it is given for a month, It is enhancing the memory. It boosts up the memory of a child. And षड्भिमा से ही श्रुतधरा भवेत, ये उसकी उपलब्धि है. So it is nothing but early intervention, and we should give this concept of Vatavyadhi. Previous please. Concept of Vatavyadhi Chikitsa like Snehan Swedan, Brihana therapies with appropriate Panchakarma procedures are found to be effective in better extent. Proper Ayurvedic management along with speech therapy, physiotherapy and other rehabilitation measures help the patient to become self-sufficient. Nowadays we are performing some Marma Chikitsa and Vedan Chikitsa on some of our patients on regular basis and monitoring the results of that, because without medicine, if it is possible, we are improving the movements or the musculoskeletal activities of the baby, it will be more beneficial, and we are getting good results for the Marma Chikitsa. The goal of management of neuromotor disorders is not to cure or to achieve normalcy, but to increase functionality, improve capabilities and sustain health in terms of locomotion, cognitive development, social interaction and independence. We all know that spastic child can be educated, dyskinetic child can be trained, and ataxic child is a custodial. So behavioral trainings, environmental changes, spatial school education and good nutritional supplements can improve the health of a spastic child or neuromotor child. What is the take-home message? Ayurvedic regime is significantly effective in neuromotor disorders of children in achieving the milestones and enhances the catch-up of growth and development. Causative factors may have undesirable effect on the fetus in utero and hinder normal growth and development of child and cause many diseases, deformities and even death of a child. So prevent them by good antenatal and perinatal care. Better improvement is found in clinical practices and ongoing researches in comparison to only oral medications and physiotherapy. Next. There is a need of multidisciplinary approach in the management of neuromotor disorders due to multisystemic involvement in the disorder. You all agree with this? Main aim is treatment of Vata dosha with variety of treatment modalities including Snehana Svedana, Basti, etc. Though the disease is not curable, but early intervention which with counseling, appropriate medication and physiotherapy along with Panchakarma procedures will help at possible level of the rehabilitation. Marma Chikitsa, a new approach as I said, helping to stop the back spasticity after stopping the treatment. Next. As sir said, TLC is the treatment. What is TLC sir has suggested? The same things are told in the lifestyle guidelines for the patient. Tender and loving care, ensure a time chart of plus minus 20 minutes for your child for following activities: waking from bed, bath, toileting, food, exercises, physiotherapy, sleep. Incorporate your child always with your almost all activities of daily living. Be pleasant and charming always with your kid. And you are the best doctor or manager of your kid. So, next. We don't know how strong we are until being strong is the only choice we have. So we are celebrating this year's Cerebral Palsy, World Cerebral Palsy Day on 6th of October. For inviting me for this Skanda 2019, and thank you all for the patient listening.